welcome. Thank you for joining me for today's yoga practice. We're going to begin by coming into a wide-legged child's pose. Extend the arms forward. Release the forehead onto the mat. And let's settle in with a deep cleansing breath. Breathe in through your nose and open your mouth. Exhale, release tension, let go. Let's do that again. Inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, let go of any thoughts that are occupying your mind. One more time, breathe in and breathe out. And now begin to engage Ujjayi breath, breathing in and out through your nose. And we'll rise up onto our hands and knees. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. We'll come straight away into a plank pose. Shoulders directly over the wrists. Crown of the head reaching forward. Heels reaching backward. Center line of the body tucked in. On an inhale, step that right foot forward and reach the right arm up to the sky, coming into a twist. See if you can stack right shoulder on top of left. Gaze down, lower the right hand. Stay on the back toes and just straighten your front leg. Fold forward over the right leg. See how loose you can be in the head and the upper back. And from here, let's spin the back foot flat, rise up for a warrior two. Take a moment to find your alignment, stacking right knee on top of the right ankle. And then let's reverse that warrior. Right arm up and over. As you exhale, come back into your warrior two. And let's take eagle arms, wrapping the left arm underneath the right. Pull the hands away from the face. Just get a nice stretch across the upper back and the shoulders. Drop the elbows so that they're in line with the shoulders. And then from here, let's begin to twist toward the top of our mat, coming onto the left toes. Keep the eagle arms and inhale, sweep the elbows up to the sky. As you exhale, keep the eagle arms and fold forward into a humble warrior. So elbows can touch the knees. And then from here, we'll rise into a warrior three, keeping the bind in the arms. Left leg reaches straight out behind you. One straight line of energy from the crown of the head through the legs. And then rise up, bringing the left knee into the chest, and then wrap the left knee over the right. On an exhale, drop elbows down toward the knees. It's all right to round the back a little bit here. That can actually create a little freedom in the spine. Let's inhale and rise into a half moon. You have a block close by. You can place that underneath the right hand. Reach back with the left hand and clasp the left foot. Find one point of focus for your eyes. Gently engage the belly and stay with that deep Ujjayi breath. Re-extend the arm and the leg, and then let's fold forward, coming into standing splits, folding over that front leg. Left heel reaching up toward the sky, and then step the left foot forward to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise into Utkatasana. Bend the knees, sink back through the sit bones. Bring the palms to heart center. We'll take a twist. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Think of pulling the right shoulder back. So maybe one day it will stack on top of the left shoulder. And come back to center, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen. Now separate the feet hip distance. Clasp the big toes for Padangusthasana. Fold forward. Let the elbows splay out to the sides, stretching the hamstrings and the whole back line of the body. Take a deep breath in, lengthen the spine. Release the hands, heel toe the feet to touch, and as you exhale, step the right foot back. Inhale, sweep the left arm up to the sky, stack the shoulders one on top of the other. Gaze at that top hand. Reach even through the fingertips of the left hand. So one straight line of energy reaching up to the sky. As you exhale, lower the left hand, straighten the left leg, fold the torso forward over that front leg, stay on the ball of the back foot, coming into a modified pyramid pose. See how loose and light you can make the upper body. Stay here for a breath or two. On your inhale, lengthen, rebend the left knee, and inhale, rise up for warrior two. Flatten the right foot, stack the left knee on top of the left ankle, arms reaching out with equal energy. Let's reverse the warrior, left arm up and overhead. Breathe into the left side body. And then come back through warrior two. We'll come into eagle arms. This time, right arm underneath the left. Pull the elbows and the hands away from your face until you feel a nice stretch across the shoulders, the shoulder blades. Breathe into that. Feel the expansion through the back body. Let's pivot toward the top of the mat, coming onto the right toes. Inhale, elbows reach up to the sky. On your exhale, fold forward, elbows to knee or out in front of that knee. And then we'll begin to make our way into our balancing posture, balancing on the left leg. Raise the right heel in line with the right glute. Engage the belly. Focus your eyes. And let's rise up without touching the right foot to the earth if you can. And then wrap the right knee on top of the left. Bend the left knee. Sink down for eagle pose. You can wrap that right foot on the outside of the ankle, the calf, or all the way around behind the left calf. On an exhale, let's drop the elbows down to kiss the knees. Crown of the head moves forward. It's okay to have a slight rounding in the spine here. And then we'll rise back up, coming into our half moon pose. Right hand reaches to the sky, left hand reaching toward the earth, or perhaps resting on a block as I'm doing here. Bend the right knee, reach back with the right hand, clasping the ankle or the foot. Notice your Ujjayi breath. Keep that flowing as you release the half moon bind and come into your standing splits, folding over the left leg, right heel reaching to the sky. And as you exhale, bring the right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale to fold. One more time, lengthen the spine. This time separate the feet hip distance. Slide the palms underneath the feet until the toes meet the wrists and fold forward. You can let the elbows splay out to the side, or for more of a wrist stretch, just point the elbows toward the back of your mat. Stay here, breathe. Watch that breath flowing in and out. Let's release the hands, heel toe the feet to touch, lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, fold forward, wrapping the arms behind the calves. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, coming into Utkatasana. Hands come to prayer position. This time, right elbow to the outside of the left knee, palms press. Keep the knees aligned with one another so we won't have one knee jutting forward of the other. Gaze down and come back into your fold. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. I'm going to separate my feet mat distance here, toes off of the mat, coming into Malasana. Everyone's hips are different, so you find the distance that works for you. Maybe your feet are narrower, maybe you have a wider stance. Whatever that is, keep the knees aligned with the big toes. Sink the sit bones down to the earth, palms at heart center. You can stay in Malasana or play with crow pose. Bending the elbows, bringing the shoulders in line with the elbows to create a little shelf. Resting the knees on that shelf and floating one foot, maybe both feet off the earth. If you're playing with your jump backs, you can jump back and flow through Chaturanga. And exhale. Let's all meet in downward facing dog. It's our first one, so take a deep breath in and deep breath out. On your inhale, reach the right toes to the sky. As you exhale, step the right foot forward, lower the left knee down. Place the right hand to the inside of the right foot and heel toe the right foot off to the mat. Point the toes toward the corner of your room. And we'll come down to the elbows if that's accessible. Some of you might like to cross the left forearm across the mat and reach back with the right hand. Bend the left knee, clasp the foot or the ankle. Lots of options. Just find what serves you best today. You can stop anywhere that feels comfortable. As you exhale, softly release if you have a hold of that foot. And let's all come back up to the palms. Heel toe the right foot back to the center of the mat. And let's quarter turn on our mat, coming into Skandasana. Left knee is bent, right leg is straight, right toes face up to the sky. You can open the arms if you like, or hands can stay at heart center. Or for more support, just rest the hands on the earth. I do this differently every time I do it. I feel that every day our bodies change and we need to tune in with what our body needs that day without having a prescriptive that we must meet a certain expectation of ourselves. Let's begin to straighten and walk ourselves back to the top of the mat. Lower the left knee down. Rise up, placing the palms on the right knee. Interlace the fingers. Again, you can stay right here with palms interlaced, pressing against the right knee, or bend the left knee, reach back with the left hand, clasp that foot, right arm alongside the right ear. Breath is flowing deeply. As you exhale, release the hands, one hand on each side of the right foot. We'll straighten the right leg and fold forward. This is option one, to stay right here, just folding forward, deepening that hamstring stretch. If you'd like to play with coming into full Hanumanasana splits, you can just start extending right leg forward, left leg back. As you're resting here, think of bringing the weight of the pose into the center line of your body. So you're not shifting out to the right, but rather coming more towards center, engaging the core. And then we'll slowly begin to make our way out of the pose. Don't worry, it doesn't have to look pretty. Just somehow make your way back into downward facing dog. Let's take a deep breath in to reset. And open mouth, exhale, let it go. Inhale, come into plank pose. And from here, we'll move into side plank. Reach the right arm up to the sky. So think of energy reaching out even through the right fingertips. So you're really stretching that right arm nice and long, opening across the front of the chest, stacking right shoulder on top of left. And feel free to take any variation here that feels good to your body. On your exhale, come back to plank pose. Let's lower halfway. Inhale, up dog, shoulders stacking on top of wrist. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left heel high, and exhale, step that foot forward. Let's heel toe the left foot to the edge of the mat. Come onto the pinky toe edge of the left foot. You can drop down to the elbows, stay there, or reach the left arm up and back, bending the right knee, clasping that foot or ankle with the left hand. Whichever variation you're in this pose, be here and breathe. Let the pose sink into the body and give the body time to adjust and adapt. Let's slowly release left hand back to the earth. Come onto both palms. Heel toe that left foot to the center of the mat. And let's shift over to the right, coming into Skandasana, bending the right knee. Right toes are angled toward the corner of your mat. Left toes reach up to the sky. You can reach the arms in opposite directions or place the hands in prayer pose right at your heart center. Or feel free to rest those palms on the earth. Just notice what your body needs today. It doesn't have to be the same as yesterday's version of this pose. And then let's shift over to the left, coming to the top of the mat. Lower the right knee, interlace the palms, place those against the left knee, straighten the elbows. This is option one, to just stay right here. If you'd like to move on, bend the right knee and reach back with the right hand, clasping the outside ankle. Then left arm reaches up alongside the left ear. Think of pulling left shoulder back and right shoulder forward. So we're squaring off the shoulders, bringing those in line with the hips. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And then let's release the pose. Come back to both palms. Straighten that left leg. Know that you can stay right here. This is a perfect stretch. If you're feeling sensation, just be here and breathe. If you need to go a little farther, you can begin to extend left leg forward, right leg back. stopping anywhere along the way. You can place a block under the sit bones. Wherever you need to be to feel sensation, that's your pose. If you're in the full Hanumanasana, bring the weight to the center line of the body so you're not shifting so much out to the left, but rather that weight is centralized right in the middle of the body. Let's begin to make our way into our downward facing dog. However you get there, that's perfect. Once you're in down dog, take a deep breath in. An open mouth exhale, let it go. Breathe in and breathe out. In and out through the nose, coming back to Ujjayi breath. Let's come forward into plank pose. We'll spin into side plank. This time, right hand is the foundation, left arm reaches to the sky. Stack the shoulders. Take any variation that you need here. Preferably the same one you took on the last side. So knee can drop to the earth, or maybe you'd like to reach down and clasp your toe. Whatever feels right for you. On your exhale, come back to plank. Lower halfway, elbows in line with the shoulders on that lowering motion. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gaze forward, and let's walk or jump to the top of the mat and then come into a seat. Place the palms behind you, fingertips facing toward the feet. On an inhale, lift the hips. If it's comfortable, drop the head back, chin reaching up toward the sky. Heart open, shoulders open. On your next inhale, gaze forward and then drop the sit bones back down to the earth. From here, we're going to come into a boat pose. So lean halfway back, keep the arms extended, knees can stay bent, and you can float the feet off of the earth or straighten through the knees. Engage the core. And then from here, let's slowly come down onto our backs. We'll move into a bridge pose. Feet are hip distance. On your inhale, lift the hips high. Reach the arms underneath you and interlace the fingers. You can kind of shimmy the shoulders underneath the body. Keep lifting through the hips so we don't become passive in this pose. Energetically, continue lifting. And let's release the hands and roll down onto the mat, vertebrae by vertebrae. We'll come into Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet touch, knees open wide. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your abdomen, and let's breathe. On your next inhale, let's draw the knees back up, coming into our second round of bridge pose, or feel free to take a wheel pose if that's part of your practice. On an inhale, lift the hips. If you're staying in bridge pose, interlace the fingers underneath the hips. If you're coming into wheel pose, hands under the shoulders, and press the torso off of the ground. Think of moving the heart and the chest toward the hands. Maybe walk the feet in an inch or two closer if you're in wheel pose. Take a breath in and out. And then let's slowly release from either posture, coming all the way down onto the back. One hand to heart, one hand to belly, knees open wide, back to Supta Baddha Konasana. Let's stay here and breathe. On your next inhale, we'll come into happy baby pose. Clasp the insides or outsides of the feet. Knees are pressing down toward the earth, heels magnetizing to the sky. You can rock side to side or just find a breath of stillness. Hug the knees now into the chest. Keep the right knee pulled in, extend the left leg long, and let's come into a twist. Just shift that right knee over to the left side of the body as you gaze out over the right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center, hug both knees in. And this time extend the right leg long. We'll take our twist, left knee to the right side of the body, gaze out over the left shoulder. On your inhale, come back to center, hug the knees in. And let's extend the body long into Shavasana. Feet comfortably far apart, arms off to the sides of the mat, heart open, body still. And now let's breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And now release the breath. Let it become soft and free. And simply be still and receive the benefits of your practice. On your next inhale, deepen your breath. Know that you have an invitation to stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like. But if you're ready to come out, lengthen the body, hug the knees into the chest, and as you're ready, you can gently rock yourself up to a seat. Keep the eyes soft or closed. Take a deep breath in, filling up with gratitude for the gift of having this beautiful body that can move and flow. And exhale, release gratitude. Inhale joy and release joy. Inhale light, release light. Inhale compassion and release compassion. Draw your hands to your heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day and that you can take this practice from the mat into your life. Namaste.